Jamie and everyone who's on my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Tracy Huison and I've recently started my YouTube channel. It is not the end goal, but it's helping me towards that. Right now though, I share parts of my life and experiences, and we hope that these experiences or topics resonate with you. Hope it brings you joy, hope it fills your cup, or you just enjoy watching it. So thank you so much for being here today. I feel like I haven't recorded in a minute, but it's because the last video I uploaded was like 3 parts, and I just wanted to give everyone a chance to watch it. It's such a great episode. It involves my husband and his parents, and it was just about marriage and just the experiences. And I love having conversations with our parents just about like how their love stories or their experiences. It's always so great to listen to it. I think it's because also my grandmother has the best stories ever. So okay. Right now though, I have decided to share my journey, specifically my career, and it stemmed from seeing something on TikTok. Seeing a trend where you post a picture of yourself and it says, last time I saw you were studying BCom or BEd, and then you slide it and then it says, I just want to know if you want a large or small chips. So the impression is that although you went to varsity, you find yourself in a position or a job that you maybe didn't think you would. And so yeah, it was just a trend like that, and it made me think, when I had finished studying, I also never had a job in my field, and at the time, looking back, it felt like forever before I eventually found something. So I was like, nah, I definitely have to share this journey. And also just reflecting gives me also a sense of appreciation and gratitude of how far I've come. So yeah, let's get into it. So after last year, I moved to my grandmother. So I moved out of my hometown to my grandparents, and it was absolutely amazing. I didn't obviously have a job, so my grandmother took me around the malls, and I just gave my CV to any store possible. They would take it. And also I had friends, and they knew people who could get me in certain places, or just get my CV. That sounds so weird, get my CV. So the beginning, when I just moved, it was a bit messy because my mom back home had said I got an internship at her company, I need to move back. So I was like, great. So when I did have a job opportunity at a friend's sister, she was like, look, I have a job opportunity for you. I had to decline because I'm like, I thought I'm moving back. Then eventually I was like about to, my mom's like, no, the internship fell through. I was like, oh my word, now I don't have anything. So weeks went by. So then I got a job at a car rental agency. I don't know if you say agency, but it's where you hire cars. And it was great. I met one of my friends there. We became like super close, quick, fast. And I had a cute uniform, but obviously over time I grew tired because it wasn't my passion. But I always put everything into my jobs. I enjoyed it. Obviously, being young, I loved it. I think it was just when I got to the point where I was working every weekend, not every weekend, but like public holidays, Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, I was like, this is definitely not for me. Even though I knew it was a stepping stone, I thought I would chill there until I get something in my field, but I was like, nah, I have to move. Then I got a job at an institution where you go around schools and you say, look, do you want to come and study here? It was a private institution, so I was doing like sales, which I also liked because now I was just so grateful not to be working Saturday and Sunday. So it was just Monday to Friday. But then after a while, I didn't really believe in selling this specific education because it was quite pricey. And I don't, obviously many of us, I don't think we like to be in a situation or a job that doesn't resonate with us, because then how do you motivate or sell, whatever the case may be. Then it so happened that I got a call from a customer from my previous company. And when you do work at a car rental agency, obviously you meet people and you start conversing like, hey, you know, what are you doing here and stuff. And so he had a business and he was like, look, do you want to come and shadow? There's another girl working there, you can help her, like entry-level stuff. But it was in my field, so I'm like, yes, please, thank you. But it was a fixed term contract, but I was just so grateful to take something at the time in my field. So then she taught me a lot and I was enjoying the experience, and my contract came to an end, and then I was unemployed for like super short. Then I was helping back at the car rental business. I was helping there, and then I found something kind of in my field. That's the keyword for today, in my field, I'm going to say that. And I was at another institution where I was tutoring, and I was helping with like programs in my field of study, and I was assisting people when they did a specific course and tutor them, share content, create content that made it easier to study, and that I honestly enjoyed. And for a second I was like, oh my word, should I go into teaching? And then while I was there, always on the ball, always applying for jobs in my field, I got something and I felt like this was finally like a breakthrough. The only thing with this job though is that it was like literally 5K less, and at the time, 5K maybe not a lot today, but at the time I was like, this is a lot of money. So my parents like, look, think about it, you can always find something in your field again. I'm like, can I though? Because I've been struggling. And so I didn't put my energy in. Usually when you apply for jobs, you obviously study their mission statements and you do like all your research on the company and you make sure your values align with theirs. And I just didn't do any of that because I was like, I'm just going to go to the interview to on an interview, because every time I got a call for an interview, I'm like, I need to go. And then I went, and then I asked him about the salary. Like, look, this is more like an internship, so you have to start on this level, and as you progress you get more money. Not so much internship, but to better explain to you guys. Then I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take it. And then I literally was so grateful. And since then I've been in my field. Every day I woke up, I was like, God, thank you so much. I cannot believe I'm here. I'm so sorry for being like a brat for the past couple of years, because every time I was like, am I even going to be there? Am I going to get to my career? And then I was, and it was just amazing. So now we're obviously enjoying the career. We get new friends in the company, and then I met my boyfriend, which is now my husband, and I relocated to another city, but I got a transfer. And now this dream job turned kind of into a nightmare. Okay, so now this dream job isn't so dreamy, right? So I found myself in a very vulnerable situation because I'd moved. I didn't have really family here. I just had my friends and my boyfriend, and he works away a lot for work. So now I find myself in the company and it's just not the same as the one back home. And I'm like, is it me? Am I the drama? And looking back, I don't think it was maybe only me. But I had to work through so much at the time. Oh my word, it was such an experience. It was wild. And then I was like, no, I cannot do this anymore. And then I felt so ungrateful because I'm like, yo, I have my dream job, but now I'm so ungrateful because I don't want to be anymore. I'd literally wake up crying. So I think it was a lot of factors. I think I was vulnerable, I was alone, and I thought what I envisioned had not happened, and I felt like the environment was just toxic, and I never experienced this before. Even in all my jobs, you know, I've always had a good working environment. It has been like fun, and I had people that were looking out for you, and now I come here to New City and I'm like, what is going on? Is it me? And I found myself sad all the time. I found myself very suspicious. I was like, oh my word, no one has my back, I can't trust anyone. It was just like not a nice environment to be in. And then it was during this season. Look, obviously I've been Christian, born Christian all my life, but you always, you know, get, as any relationship in life, the more you spend time together, the deeper the relationship gets. And I think during this season I definitely became closer with God on a different level, because then I found myself in this situation. I was like, no, I just have to get to church. I went to church in the morning, and then I went to church at evening service, and then I went to church on a Wednesday because it was connect classes. I was doing anything to be there. Then I went like to Musica. I went to go buy CDs. I just bought like gospel CDs, and that was all I played. And then I just prayed, and I had a mind shift, and I was like, okay, what can I do? If it is me and I'm causing this, what can I do to change that? And someone once told me, like, you should, whatever you're doing, work as if you are getting ready to walk into what you're asking for, whatever it is. In my position, I was like, look, I want to be great at what I'm doing. I want to be good, and I want to be whatever, you know, dependable, good at what I'm doing. So I started walking in that, you know, being that person. And I think that changed a little bit. So I wasn't crying as much. I started just putting my head down at work and focusing, still applying for other jobs. And I kid you not, then I got another job in my field. And I was just so excited to leave this company. I definitely didn't serve my notice. And as a millennial, that's 100% something that you do. But I was just like, whatever, I need to leave here. And I definitely grew, and I became closer with God. But I did go to the new company now, and it's great. And I meet my friend there. We're still friends today. She's like my bestie, and we actually work together at my new company. And it was such a great experience there. I learned so much. I had to also let go of a lot of bad habits I picked up. But also there's a time in your life where you just so focused on the fact that you know everything. And then looking back, I was like, so cringy. It's so cringy. But anyway, we grow and we learn. Then thereafter, they were retrenching, so we survived the first one, but not the second one. So we both got retrenched, was chilling at home. COVID happened. That is another fun story I will share with you guys. But I don't want to put that in this one. And then I found my current job, and I love it. Like, I'm still in my same career, still very passionate, but I've been working for the same company, and she works with me. And it's just been a wild ride, and every time I reflect, and obviously when I make these videos I first write it down in my journal, it also gives me opportunity to like really love what I've been through, and gives me just another reason to be grateful and just enjoy the experiences I go through. You know, in hindsight, when you look at things, it felt like forever before I got something in my field, but I'm so grateful for those experiences because it really helped me with where I am now. And at the time it felt like forever. I was so impatient with God, and now I'm like, oh, it was only 4 years. It still sounds a lot though, but I was like, oh, it's 4 years I wasn't in my field. And other people were like fresh out of varsity and they've been working their field. I'm like, why? What am I doing wrong? And now I just have a different energy. And you know, also have a mind shift. You know, we don't have a choice many times. We are just taking what life gives us and we're doing the best we can with it. And that's fair. But there's certain things we do have a choice, which is how we view life. You know, you might not be passionate about your job right now, but you can be passionate about the fact that the job gives you certain things, and we can be grateful for those things. You can have your career, which is your standard income, and then you can also have your passion on the side, even if it doesn't bring like a lot of money, even if it just brings you joy. Like this brings you so much joy. I enjoy sharing it. It takes me back when I'm journaling and I read it. It just makes me realize how far I've come, and I absolutely love it. And I know that you know, when someone listens, they definitely will be able to relate and just know that, okay, there is like light at the end of the tunnel. You definitely can be more than one thing. And we all are. We are parents, we are career women, we are wives, we are husbands. We're so much more than just, you know, back in the day where you work for a company 40 years and you retire there and you don't dare to dream because you don't take risks. But now it's okay. Like, being vulnerable is a superpower. Definitely try something. If you lose, so what? You've tried it. If you win, I mean, you know, then you're winning. So yeah, I'm saying a lot, and because it's the second time recording this video, I don't know, I can't record everything I've said, but I hope you guys are sure, and I hope you guys enjoyed my share, and I can't wait to have another episode. I wanted my husband to be on my next episode, but every time I ask him, he doesn't say yes or no. He just looks at me, because we're in the process of trying to find a home. It's a bit bigger for our family, because we'd like to get like our forever home, even though we thought this one would be. So that's been such a nice experience, and I was telling him I want to share it, but not the details of it, because he's very much a private person. But I just want to share, like, again, stepping out of your comfort zone, dreaming, just going for it. And yeah, but I'm definitely going to share that. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week.